As far as China's Belt and Road Initiative, or BRI, is concerned, we are uniquely affected by it. Its inclusion of the so-called China-Pakistan Economic Corridor as a flagship project impinges on India's sovereignty. They must follow principles of openness, transparency, and financial responsibility, and be
I now give floor to the distinguished representative of India, Ms. Priyanka Sohoni from the Embassy of India in China.
Excellencies, from the perspective of sustainable transport, it is relevant to point out that India has engaged in important initiatives to take forward smart cities, new energy vehicles, fuel efficiency norms, alternate fuels, green technologies, and sustainable forms of public transport while expanding domestic connectivity. The salience of connectivity has been enhanced in the context of post-COVID economic recovery, as it is an economic multiplier. India has also spearheaded global initiatives responding to humanity's needs for sustainable and resilient development, including the International Solar Alliance, LEAD IT, and the Coalition for Disaster Resilient Infrastructure. Further, the spirit of South-South cooperation has manifested itself in many of our projects. Climate change is a key global challenge. At present, the need for sustainable development against the backdrop of climate change is evident to all. This holds true in the domain of transport and connectivity as well. Respect for nature is an integral part of India's culture, and the protection of the environment comes naturally to us. With climate and environmental priorities in mind, India has adopted bold measures in the realms of clean energy, energy efficiency, afforestation, and biodiversity. We have an ambitious renewable energy target of 450 gigawatts by 2030, demonstrating our commitment towards combating climate change. It is not without reason that we are therefore among the few countries whose NDCs are 2 degrees Celsius compatible. Following a citizen-centric approach and with the efforts of the people of India, we are on track to exceed our commitments and targets from Paris. A drop of 24% in emissions intensity has already been achieved. We share the international community's desire for enhancing physical connectivity and believe it should bring greater economic benefits to all in an equitable and balanced manner. Expansion and strengthening of physical connectivity is an integral part of India's economic and diplomatic initiatives. There have been some references to the Belt and Road Initiative, or BRI, at this conference. Here, I wish to say that as far as China's Belt and Road Initiative, or BRI, is concerned, we are uniquely affected by it. Its inclusion of the so-called China-Pakistan Economic Corridor as a flagship project impinges on India's sovereignty. No country can support an initiative that ignores its core concerns on sovereignty and territorial integrity. This aside, there are also larger issues regarding how connectivity initiatives should be pursued. We are of the firm belief that connectivity initiatives must be based on universally recognized international norms. They must follow principles of openness, transparency, and financial responsibility, and be
What's happened? Distinguished delegates, I think there's some technical problem. I think I want the distinguished representative of India has completed her statement yet. Okay. I think we're finding some technical connections. Please patient. Thank you. Dear participants, we're sorry that we're confronting some technical problems. I think distinguished representative of India is speaking from floor, but there's a technical problem. Her speech will be interrupted. I think colleagues are playing the video for the next speaker. I'm sorry for that. So could you test whether your microphone is okay? You continue. Maybe the video is not good.
If I may continue my speech where I left off.
Yes, please.
We are of the firm belief that connectivity initiatives must be based on universally recognized international norms. They must follow principles of openness, transparency, and financial responsibility, and be pursued in a manner that respects the sovereignty, equality, and territorial integrity of nations. India, for its part, abides by these principles and stands ready to make collective efforts for sustainable development through a human-centric approach. Thank you.